Hey guys, Augiesaint here and welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day wherever you may be in the world, and that it gets even better after spending some time with me in this video. In this video I want to talk to you guys about legendary engravings. Like right now, especially with the Twinkle Twinkle Gold Shop, legendary engravings have gone way down in price. Now's the time to invest, boys, because we don't know if the shop is actually going to last, if it's going to stay around, or what's going to happen with it. They have actually said that they may keep it in permanently depending on how it actually goes. I'm thinking they're probably going to leave it in permanently, but we have no idea what they are going to do. So if you guys are interested in figuring all that stuff out, stick with me in this video and we'll go over some other stuff and some good engravings to get your hands on. Anyway, before we get into that, if you guys could go ahead and smash that sub button, it helps me out so much and it keeps you guys up to date on everything Lost Ark and gaming in general. Now with that out the way, let's just hop straight into the video now, shall we? Okay, so let's talk about some engravings. Hopefully the auction house is actually working today. Let's go engravings. Good way to do it is just come over to engravings and go legendary. You search and we can just go off the lowest price if this actually works. There we go. So let's just go over some of these. You see, these are really cheap. If you are a collectionist and a completionist or whatever you guys call it, and you want to actually get all of the engravings maxed out, now is the time for you to go ahead and buy all of them, especially these ones. They're like really cheap, although like nobody uses them, just to complete your books. You're trying to fill up everything there is to fill up. But let's go on down the list and I'll talk to you guys about some cheaper ones that are actually pretty good. None of these on this page is really worth getting. Master's Tenacity, maybe, for Berserker. Mayhem Berserker, that's like the only one that could really use that. Pele would never really use that unless DPS Pele, I guess, but also not really a thing so much. Precise Dagger is good for some classes. I know Casting Reflux that I'm playing is really good for that, and I think maybe I've heard about a Gun Lancer class using it somewhere, but not too sure about Precise Dagger on that one. So Deadeye Pistolier, it is a little bit of a lower end tier class, but it's still a class engraving, and pretty much all the classes are viable to some extent. It's just like which ones will clear it faster or do it better than other classes. But any class can clear the content in the game, so don't be fooled by that. If you like Pistolier and you want to play Pistolier, super cheap for you, go ahead and get your Pistolier books over there. I will pretty soon, I'm going to work on making a tier list of my opinion on classes. I know like a lot of people don't really like tier lists. I don't really like tier lists too much myself. I'm just going to put it into like simple terms and stuff, just to have a little look at all the classes of my experience in Lost Ark. So look out for that on the channel. Tier list coming up pretty soon. Vital Point Hit. I know some supports take this as a 5th engraving. I don't know if they actually get the books for it. Maybe, why not? Gun Lancer Combat Readiness is actually run at level 1, but you could run it at level 3 just to save on costs for your 5x3. I have actually seen a Gun Lancer main. He's got like 6 Gun Lancers and he does that on all of them. And he actually does pretty good. He's quite often he's on the MVP screen. So why not with that? Drops of Ether, maybe not. Shadowhunter Perfect Suppression. Also on the lower tier builds, but if you do like Perfect Suppression, go ahead and build that up. It is not a bad class. I just don't actually like the playstyle, but not a bad one to look at. Obviously we're going to get errors again. Oh, we're going to go all the way back. Let's get to page 4. I wish they would fix that. We need to make a video about it soon, talking about that. But True Courage would not really be used in anything. Machinist, Argentinian Skill, also a lower tier class, but still pretty good if you gear it up and 5x3 it. Any class is viable, so if you're into that, I prefer the Evo Machinist, the transforming to Iron Man. But if you do want to play that and you like the build, that is really cheap to go and get those books there. Preemptive Strike, that's for Chaos Dungeons. You could get those legendary, but no real point, because you could just put 2 purple ones on for your Chaos builds. Master Brawler, that is used by Bonky Boy and Gun Lancer, I believe. So maybe you could put that in as your combat engraving instead of Grudge. And you could get Grudge 5 on accessories if you don't want to get Grudge yet. Deadeye Enhanced Weapon. Now this is the actual preferred one over the 2 Deadeye builds, I believe. And this is really strong class. Like I probably put this in S tier. Deadeye Enhanced Weapon, really cheap. I just haven't got a Deadeye yet, but I want to make one pretty soon. So yeah, really cheap to get your Deadeye books. Spirit Absorb, you want to get books for that. BT, Berserker's Technique, Brazilian's Technique, whatever you want to call it. Really strong class too, just a total different playstyle to Mayhem. I might actually build one up one day and try it out. It's a lot, it's like a bursty class, which burst in this game obviously is really good because there's a lot of burst winners and stuff in the raids and how they're set up. So really good and cheap over there. Supercharge, I believe Ari Blade and some form of Gun Lancer may use that, so not too bad. Heavy armor for your supports, you could get that. Sharpshooter Death Strike. That's gone quite low in the price over there, 949. So if you like your sharpshooters, very consistent and good damage, especially for learning parties. ESO Striker, really cheap to go ahead and get those. Barricade, I don't really think it's worth picking up the books there. And both the Sulphurs books are really cheap there, so you can get all your Sulphurs books for 20k. I think I might actually do that pretty soon before these prices go back up again, because yeah, Sulphurs is fun. I did make a EO one, I believe. Yeah, the Swiftness one, Energy Overflow. So I might actually go ahead and buy all those books up really quick. And then we got Firepower Artillerist, a little bit weaker than Barrage Artillerist, but again, just a completely different playstyle and not that much worse. Like obviously Barrage is pretty broken and busted right now. I put it definitely in S tier, high S tier, and this I would probably put like a little bit lower, somewhere A or yeah, probably A or B. And then we got War Dancer ESO. You don't actually use level 3 ESO, so more often they use level 1 ESO, so just get it on one accessory, so not too worthy there. Gunslinger Time to Hunt, I believe they do use their level 3 Time to Hunt, so pretty cheap over there for that build as well. This is also a good option for people with high ping on Gunslingers, instead of playing Peacemaker, because Peacemaker does require you to switch a lot between way more selections, and this actually just gives you, it takes out your shotguns. So you only have your snipers and your pistols. It just makes it a little bit easier and easier on high ping class as well. Destroyer Gravity Training, I believe that is the lesser played one, but again, pretty cheap over there. All out attack, you can use this on Sorks, and you can even use this on Barrage Artillerists. It is one of their main 5x3s to get all out attack, so pretty cheap if you're trying to build up your artillerists there. Grab that instead of the Grudge books. And then Sharpshooter Loyal Companion, this is the one that I'm making my Sharpshooter alt. Pretty cheap as well, 1.7k. And as we move on, we got Arcanist, that's pretty cheap. I need to make one pretty soon. Mass Increase is another really good book. You can use it on War Dancer, maybe Glaivier, like Control Glaive, because of all the swiftness. Haven't really tried them out too much. Talking about Glaive, there's Control Glaive right there. Pretty cheap as well. Expert for your supports. And there we start getting a little bit more expensive. So Evo Machinist, the Transformation Machinist, really good over there. Iron Man. RE Deathblade, pretty cheap on there as well. If you're trying to build up a Deathblade alt, go RE, it's just a lot cheaper. Arcanist, Grace of the Emperor. I believe this is the, Empress. This is the stronger build, maybe the spec related build, but I actually need to go look up some Arcanist stuff. But again, that's 3.7k, really cheap. Go and 5x3 your Arcanist. Gunlancer Lone Knight, there is another cheap one as well. Hitmaster is used on pretty much all the mage DPS classes, and Sharpshooter and Gunslinger, Deadeye probably as well. I'm not too sure about, actually Deadeye I believe has back attack, so maybe not Deadeye. But used on quite a few classes, so you could actually go ahead and pick them up for your account if you're more of a range player yourself. And then Raid Captain, another really good one as well. Used on many different classes. A lot of the martial artists use this. Reaper, Shadowhunter use it as well. So there's quite a few classes that take a hold of Raid Captain. We've got Ambush Master, another really good one. Mayhem books are down to 5k, not bad at all if you're a Mayhem Berserker. And then we've got Peacemaker now at 5.2k, actually gone up quite a bit because of the Peacemaker changes. Actually run level 3 Peacemaker. Curse Doll is another all-round good one. It's like Grudge but less value, pretty much less effective. So it's a budget Grudge, so to say, obviously with the negative as well. And then we got Reflux Saw coming in there pretty cheap. I'm gonna actually go ahead and finish off my Reflux books. I am missing, what are there, 14 of them over there. So go ahead and finish off your books, guys. Pretty cheap now before the prices go up. Maybe they remove the gold shop, we don't know. So buy them while they're cheap, especially on reset day is when they're the cheapest. So I would suggest buying all of the books you want to get on reset day. Save all your gold until Wednesdays, check the prices, and then buy them on Wednesday if they look cheaper on your server, obviously. And then moving on, we have Destroyer Rage Hammer. That is the meta one for Destroyer, I believe. Really strong build. I want to actually make it a destroyer and try this out myself. First Intent War Dancer, really good as well. I'm going to pick that up pretty soon on my War Dancer. I plan on 5x3 her. Blessed Aura for Pally as well, good one over there. Pinnacle for Glaive is 6.6k, not bad. And then we have Adrenaline, pretty good. I would probably not buy this over like Grudge or Cursed Doll, maybe. Rather get it on accessories. Well, we got this Shock Scrapper, not too bad. This is where the prices start going up after like Bard, Desperate Salvation. These are like all the S tier classes. Shock Training as well, pretty much. So what we got there, Barrage Artillerist, 8.6k, 8.7k almost. Keen Blunt is also a really good one to invest, but I wouldn't get this over Grudge. I'd rather say for Grudge. because Grudge you can use on every DPS class. There's literally only the supports that don't use it. Gunlancer uses it, and all the other classes use Grudge. So rather get Grudge first and then work on Keyplant. And then we got Tire Scrapper, not better there. And then we got Demo Shadow Hunter, that's getting into the 10k range, pretty expensive now. Deathblow Striker, we got Surge Blade, we got Reaper, Lunar Reaper, and we got Hunger Reaper, Igniter Sork, and then the old Big Daddy Grudge. If you guys can afford your Grudges, I don't think they'll be dropping much in price. Yeah, they're around the same, maybe on reset days, like I said earlier. Just get them on reset, maybe it'll be like a K or so cheaper. Or just get lucky in your box. Hopefully you get lucky. And bless you guys with some luck and you get some Grudges in your boxes. But yeah, investing on engravings right now, guys, is a pretty good thing because of the frog. Obviously we have these ones over here. I did do the video yesterday, I believe. I opened up mine for the week. We did pretty good. We made out with positive gold. Yeah, go ahead and buy those, maybe get some lucky. If you don't, just chuck them in the auction house, sell them, and then you just push down the prices of engravings for everybody. So this gold shop is doing what it's intended and bring the prices of engravings and just everything down in general. That's pretty good. Hopefully they keep it around. We'll see how that all goes. But yeah, long and the short of it, guys, invest in your engravings, especially some other builds. Try out some other non-meta builds, maybe actually like them. And as I said before, all builds in this game are good. It's just others are a little bit stronger at some stuff than what others aren't. They, you know, they like equal out each other in some other fields and stuff like that, like burst or constant uptime DPS. It's all a little bit different. But the long and the short is they can all clear the content in the game. So no class can't clear the content. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please drop a sub and a like. It helps me out so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Augiesaint out.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the